Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to another Wolf Language Design Review, part of our collection for version 14.1. Today, discrete computation, geometry, graphics, graph theory, I think. Lots of G's. Okay. Okay, this is about AR Publish at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So what is the workflow?
So, the previous workflows of getting a QR code and putting your phone to it has been augmented with supporting
Why is
material.
it so unbelievably slow? Okay, that's a very small QR code. I'm in on my screen. I guess I can make it bigger. Okay, so I'm supposed to point my phone at this. Everybody
Yeah.
can probably do this if you're try it at home. Let's see. Switch on the camera, goes to a cloud page, and oh, that's nice. Now, I mean, the scaling is kind of crazy. You know that, right?
Yes, we are still working on the design of the page and we'll run it through the.
Wait a minute. When I went to full screen, it lost its colors.
You mean when you switch to the AR mode, or you mean?
I'm going. Okay, so I go to the page. Let me see if I can. I could probably share my phone if necessary. Well, this is a nuisance to share my phone, but I probably could do it if it is. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can't just share it with a camera here. Hold on a second. All right. Put my phone there. See that okay? Let's see. Bigger. All right. Okay, so that's obviously very small in the frame.
Yes.
That's wrong. We agree.
Yep. Yes.
Now, I mean, if I move this around, nothing much happens. It moves. It doesn't turn. It just.
Oh, you have to press on it, and then you'll actually switch. Then you essentially you select the model, and then we switch it to the AR VR mode.
Okay, well, that doesn't look right. I mean, it doesn't turn, and I don't understand what's happening.
Right. So now you pick up your phone, and then you are in the AR environment, and then you press on that cuboid on the right corner.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's just showing me. I mean, it's just showing me a gray silhouette, and it's not rotating. Should I be able to touch it and it rotates, or what?
Yes. So you touch it. I think you maintain it a little bit, then it will actually stay in your AR environment. In this case of that.
Okay, so here we're in the AR environment. It's a bit small. Okay, so I can move it with my finger. Pinch zoom. Is pinch zoom working? Yes, it is. But it's gray. What happened to the colors here?
Yes, in this case, actually, it's great because the color you have in the object, I mean, in the current prototype build, we don't yet carry the light. In the product, you see it with color. Those colors are actually coming from the light. If you want the color, if you pick the molecule, for example, the color are embedded in the graphics, so we carry them correctly. So
how do I get back to this? How do I get back?
So you just press the left button to go back to the next previous page.
What left button?
On the browser, you have the arrow.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go to the molecule. And then I click the molecule. It washed out. Let me see if I can make it less washed out. I think if I put a piece of paper behind it, it will not saturate as much. Is that right? Better. Okay. All right, so now I see. So now I can see, now I'm in the mode, but it's not moving. What's happening?
You have to press the cuboid on. Right, cuboid.
Okay. And now I go to object, I guess. And now finally, okay. All right, so the main thing that's happened here is that that you're carrying colors and so on and textures.
Yes, so we are working on carrying color, texture, light. So all the directive of styling.
In general, shaders.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so how does that work on the Vision Pro, for example?
Well,
How do you actually get to this on the Vision Pro?
Okay, so that's the other workflow that we've been working on. So Charles, could you describe that?
Right. So for the Vision Pro, there is the standard workflow where we are currently working where essentially you specify it when you do AR publish that you want, the target system is Vision Pro. And the same as on the phone. So as you scan you scan the URL on your phone, you can share that URL to your Vision Pro.
How?
So that's so on your device, on the website, on the Safari, you can share a URL. So if you press it and you are connected to your Vision Pro, you should be able to share it as you usually share any other file or data, in the Apple ecosystem.
Okay.
So
but
that's
I don't understand. On the Vision Pro, you're saying I bring up Safari inside Vision Pro.
no. You use your phone. So the same as you did right now, right? So when you scan that QR code, you get to our website, a cloud object, a cloud website.
How do I get that into the Vision Pro?
So by pressing the sharing button, so you share that URL to your Vision Pro. So we are still working on
which sharing button?
On Safari, right? So, and my disclaimer is that we are still working on that workflow. We are doing the last testing. We just got the device today, right? So that's kind of one of the workflow where from the QR code, you can actually directly share it to the Vision Pro through your phone. Because right now, Vision Pro doesn't have a barcode reader.
Right.
Like your phone. Unless there is an app which can actually read the barcode, then you get directly the file.
Yes. I mean, the problem is that the Vision Pro is potentially not even showing you the outside world. It knows what the outside world looks like, but it may not show it to you.
Yes.
So the fact that you have a QR code there on the outside of the Vision Pro is not relevant. But I'm still not really understanding how this magic sharing from your phone. So the phone knows there's a Vision Pro nearby through Bluetooth or something?
Yes, usually in the Apple ecosystem, you see actually all your device, right? You can see your phone, tablet, and other stuff, so you can share through that.
Okay. All right. So that's what you mean.
Yes.
And then it shows up. I don't remember how it shows up. I'm afraid my Vision Pro has been sitting on my desk here, unused for a little while. I'm sorry to say. Okay. All right. What else to know about? Okay. So demonstrations. getting 3D content for those, is that a realistic ongoing thing, or is that like a millions of years in the future type thing?
Realistic. I discussed already with Bob and Andy about that. So that just finished some project and then we start to work on that.
Well, demonstrations has needed a facelift for a while, and is this part of that facelift or what?
Yes, I think they want to put it part of it as soon
Okay.
as they finish the main project.
Okay. Well, from Alpha, I heard this was a complicated thing because of Linux.
Well, per se not complicated, but we need to be able to actually, export USD in Linux. So it's what we're working on.
Either that, or we have to have another mini server that's running with a different OS that produces that pipes its data through to the Wolfram Alpha servers.
Yes, that's one solution.
Is there a good reason why USD format is hard to support under Linux?
No, it was just the first release. We just focus on the device, so we focus on the Apple ecosystem or on the Android. So Android is GLTF, Apple was USD. So we haven't extended it to Windows yet or Linux.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine for the suggestions bar. Now, I mean, is there evidence? I mean, like, what are the killer app type cases here? I mean, do we have like all the polyhedra, all the standard polyhedra? Surely there should be a library of. I mean, what about MathWorld as a place to have QR codes peeling off polyhedra, so to speak? Am I making sense?
Yes, like we have on the right-hand side, right.
Right-hand side of what?
No, I say when you open a MathWorld page, right, on the right-hand side, sometimes you have the corresponding Wolfram Alpha query and such. So it should be possible to have the QR code there or such.
Yes, that seems reasonable. Okay. And right. I mean, okay, but the Wolfram Alpha thing, I believe there's some other plumbing that's complicated, even if we can get basic USD export under Linux. Not true?
I'm not too familiar with the whole framework on Wolfram Alpha side, so probably I'll have to check with Michael and others.
Yes. I mean, have you communicated with that team? Is there some project manager involved here?
Well, I discussed with Michael already.
That's not really good enough. I mean, there's some, look, to do a multi-team project like this, there has to be some project manager who's trying to pull this together. Because the way I heard this is, first of all, I was told by the Wolfram Alpha team, you guys said it was impossible because of Linux export. Then I heard, oh, there's a versioning problem on the Wolfram Alpha servers. Then I heard various other things. Then there was the question, what's the UX supposed to look like? How prominent should this be, and so on. So, somebody has to coordinate this. And I don't know somebody from probably the Wolfram Alpha project management team has to get involved. So is there somebody here who can make that happen?
I'm taking notes. We'll discuss this with Jezebel or Tracy, who is my manager, and we'll find a way to do it.
Fine. Okay, because otherwise it's not going to come to closure, because it has complicated things to do on the Wolfram Alpha side and on this geometry side. Make sense, Charles, Roger?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. CSG. Styling for CSG regions. Well, that's cool. Okay. Anything more to say about that other than it now works? I mean, can I put material properties into CSG region things?
No, not yet to that level. So we just support the color directive.
Okay. Okay, well, that's nice. 3D printing with color. My gosh, that's been a long time coming. Is it realistic? I mean, does it work with the actual, like, is that special? Would this work with STL format?
No. So FBX, DIE, and such format should carry color.
I see. So STL does not carry color.
Yes, or at least on the standard version. Some people have been doing some extension which are more custom, but
okay. So again, do we have many downloadable 3D objects, for example, from MathWorld or anywhere else?
yes, in the guide page we have all the variety of all the, we did a whole project of trying to generate geometry from all the data collection we have,
Yes.
right? From anatomy, chemical, and such.
So where is that?
If you go to the 3D printing home guide page, there should be a list there.
Oops, that's probably not right. Okay, well, okay, but this is not a page where these things have been generated. This is a page which tells you potentially how to generate them, right?
Yes, or you want an actual page, like a collection, a landing
site? I
site.
would think so. Why not? I mean, it was less interesting before we had color, but it seems like, I don't know. I mean, it's maybe it's not worth it.
Can you go all the way to the top? We have a new guide page for AR Publish that we are under development. Can you scroll back up? So you see that augmented reality?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've done more work there in terms of guiding to different ways of generating. And it's a little bit different because that's not necessarily only geometry. Graphics is fine too here.
Okay. Well, I still think there is a potential, maybe nobody cares, but there's a potential to just have like a collection of polyhedra knots, things like this, if we have a place to hang them from. Am I making sense?
Like a
yes.
gallery page.
Yeah, for example. But I mean, I think I would say, I don't know. I mean, maybe we're a decade or more too late for this. Maybe this time has passed. I don't know.
But I think it goes hand to hand with 3D printing and AR. Maybe we can just package all of them and have a gallery.
Yes, that's possible. Of QR codes and 3D printing files for all these different things. Where do we hang that page? I mean, possibly a MathWorld-y type place, but I just feel like we don't have quite enough to I mean, we've also got like 3D printouts of hypergraph models and so on, but I'm not sure how significant those have been, except in a few very specific cases. All right. All right, regions. How do you, is that new, filled polar curve?
Yeah, so this is essentially triggered from Wolfram Alpha requests. This is a common thing that people do there.
Oh, lovely.
And they want
to
find.
Is it obvious what you mean by filling? Does it include the origin? Do you understand my question?
No, not sure.
Well, I mean, what does it mean? So a polar curve has the feature that it is a distance away from the origin. So I guess it's the case that for any such curve, for any such set of parameter values, it is clear how to fill it, because you start filling at the origin. You just fill it out every radius vector that goes out to one of these points. Yes?
Oh, yes. I see what you mean.
Is it obvious how this works? Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, but I tend to think it the opposite way, where I just take the polar curve, which is closed. I mean, if it's closed, and then I take the interior, same as we do for polygon and such.
Okay, but let's say I do this.
If you do that, Charles, what if you have something that crosses itself?
Yeah, I mean, what if I have this? Wait a minute. Polar curve. Oh, okay, let's try this. Why did it not do that?
We try to detect if the function is periodic.
Well, but just returning without a message is really not very nice.
Yeah, we are still working on that function. Sure.
It's a bit unclear to me how that works. What is that doing exactly?
Right, so essentially the polar curve is defined by the boundary, and then we use the ray tracing like we do for polygon to define what's the pointer inside and outside. So in this case, you have...
Wait a minute, inside and outside going from the origin? Or what?
No,
no.
Any point you put a ray to infinity.
And you count the number of intersections with the boundary.
That's how polygons work.
I see. Okay, this is cool. So in functions like area and so on, Bezier curve, where's it supported?
Yes. So now, like arc length and such will work on Bezier curve on this spline.
That's good. That's good. Performance improvements for large graphs. Great, I'm a customer. How much and how achieved?
If you open the cell, there is a bar chart there.
Which one?
You see that there is,
Yep.
yeah, it's close.
What are you doing with it here? This is just visualization of the thing, or what?
Yeah, so that's the, I mean, we run the benchmark on graph. So those are the vertex count, the number of vertices. I see is the first bar chart, the first column there, it's a little bit more than 700 vertices, and then we go higher.
Yeah. But I don't understand. What timing are you giving here?
So that the factor that's in there, see the blue and the red. So the blue is current, okay.
But this computing page rank or what?
Yes, it's computing page rank centrality, and the factor says like the first one is 1.5 times faster.
I got it then, but I just didn't know why we were computing that particular quantity.
Well, this is an example of an accelerated operation, and that's the factor of improvement. And you have to use a collection of graphs because they're all sparse, right? So you know.
Well, these are nice, but how do these affect like rendering?
They don't.
So these are just graph operations of various kinds.
Yes.
Centrality measures or other things too?
Right now it's just centrality measure.
Okay.
Other component like connectivity and traversal, we are pretty fast. I mean, we don't have yet anything to.
Okay. Graph triangle count.
So the page is still under development, just put it recently.
Okay, but this is, how does this relate to sort of cycle count?
Right, so this is a special case of cycle of length 3. Right?
Which in social network analysis is heavily used.
Yes.
If anybody's still doing that. Okay. I mean, looks good. I mean, I don't know, is that what it's always called? Graph triangle count?
Yeah, usually people call it triangle in graph. So
okay, that sounds good. So okay. What about the major things that we have coming? So is this, I mean, is this the main things your group has been working on, Charles, or are there a whole bunch of things that aren't making it into this version or whatever?
Well, these are the parts which are ready for this version. I mean, we are still working on other stuff.
Okay. What's the status of rendering very large graphs with drill down things?
Oh, well, that one we haven't, I was not sure we even have it in the list yet. Right. But for rendering for large graph, that worked fine. So we probably have to work on the drill down part.
Yes. The other one is graphs with ports.
Yes.
What's the status of that now?
So we are still, it's still in the design stage.
Are you going to be ready to bring it to a design meeting soon?
Well, no, we can push it for 14.2.
I think we should. I think it's important. It also relates to the whole string diagram story, which is a whole broader graphs meets functions story. Okay. I mean, there's some other utility functions which have made it into the function repository and seem quite sensible, like fixed point graph. And so on, which presumably, I mean, you've presumably been looking at the function repository or not.
Not daily, but yes, I'm aware of some of those new functions.
Okay. So we probably need some design meeting at some point to go over those and decide which ones are worth trying to promote.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that I should know here?
No, I think this is it.
Great. Okay. So thanks. That was a short meeting. And let me just check one thing here. Ethan on our live stream is asking, how about knowledge graphs for RAGs? I mean, we have a whole lot of stuff coming for RAGs.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's relevant to, don't know whether this, we have a bunch of stuff coming in this version.
We'll talk about RAGs in the machine learning review for sure.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what the,
I'm not sure exactly what he refers to there, but there's a gazillion types of graphs in the world.
Right. All right. Sounds good. Okay. See you guys soon. Thanks.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.